Hello, welcome to How to Take Care of Your Device. We all know that our devices are not really inexpensive. So it is just right that we take care of it. And let me give you some tips that I go by or I practice when I take care of our device. Let us start with the Classic. Okay, as you see, this is the packaging of the Classic. And this is the box. The Classic comes in two parts. The top part and the bottom part. The bottom part contains the quartz crystal, which is the essential part of our device. And of course, the top part is where the blower is located. One of the things we have to remember is that when we screw on the device, we have to make sure that it is straight. Okay? Because it has a thread, which is plastic, and you don't want to destroy the thread by forcing it in. If you actually thread it onto the top part, then you will see that it easily goes in. Wag po nating pilitin. Alright? And then of course, you don't need to really tighten it. As long as it doesn't move, then you should be okay. All right? So make sure that it is straight before you screw it on. The second one is please do not handle your device this way. Do not dangle it. Okay? Do not dangle it. Always hold your device on the body itself, and then you can now unravel your cord for it to be plugged in. So let me talk about that a little bit later. Okay? As part of the device, if you know this is a blower, the air comes out from this end, but it has an intake, which is this part that is open. It's like a mesh that you see on the top part right next to the wire. This is open for the reason that the intake, the air that comes out of here, the hot air, is coming from the ambient air. So everything that is being sucked into this mesh, okay, comes out from here and goes through the motor. It is important that we clean, or for me, I always clean it regularly. We clean it after every use. Some people would use a brush. When you clean it, this is not the right way to clean it. Why? Because if there's any dirt on top of this, the dirt will fall right into the motor. So when you clean it upside down. Now, when you have the time, then it would be good if you could also vacuum it upside down as well. If you have a handheld vacuum, you know, or a vacuum with a hose, vacuum your unit here from time to time. Just so we are sure that it eliminates all the loose particles that could possibly get into your unit. All right? So cleaning the device is essential to the life of your iTeraCare device. As you know, we have expensive cell phones. We have gadgets that are of value. Don't you clean it? Of course you do. You wipe the screen of your cell phone. You make sure that the cell phone is dry. We should treat our device the same way. Next, when operating the device, some of us, after taking a shower, which is required, when you do a full therapy, that you hold onto the device with dry hands. Never operate the device with wet hands. Therefore, it is also not advised to use your device in the bathroom. Okay? Especially if you take a shower, hot and cold, there is moisture in the air, and you cannot prevent moisture from entering your device. Okay? So do not operate your device close to water source or the possibility of it having to absorb moisture. Now, a lot of us, we advise people to, when they use their device, not to have fans or air conditioning. But some of us, you have to admit it, we do have fans, we do use it in an air-conditioned room. That's okay. However, you have to make sure that when, after you use the device, it's either you throw a shirt on top of it so that moisture doesn't enter, okay? Or you return it into the box, which I will talk about later. Another no-no, which we have discovered while trying to assess devices that are not working, we discovered that a lot of us, or some of us, pour ointment. Some of us pour ointment on the quartz crystal. Some of us pour ointment here on the intake, which is really bad for the motor. Because whether you like it or not, it is a form of liquid, and especially oil, which stays for a long, long time. So please do not pour any essential oils, do not pour any type of scent into your device, before using it or when you are using it. Do not do that. Probably one of these days we will come up with a device that has a scent, but for the time being, do not do it. Okay? Now, when you plug your device, as you can see, this is our plug. Okay? When you plug your device, of course you can plug your device. You have to hold on to the plug and plug it into the outlet. Okay? However, we have discovered as well that a lot of people, our device is not a kilometer long. You can easily walk to the outlet and unplug the device by holding it here as well. Do not yank it. Do not pull it. Okay? It is not advisable to do so. Take a short walk to your outlet, hold on to the plug, and unplug it. Okay? Is that clear? Do not yank it. Some people even yank it all the way here. Okay? As much as possible as well. If you can plug it to the source of electricity or the main outlet, that would be advisable. However, if you want to plug it in an extension cord, that's also okay. Just make sure that your extension cord is working perfectly. Walang short, there's no loose wiring, the holders or the clips for the outlet, are firm. This one is not dancing around. So you get the consistent electrical flow into your motor. Okay? Make sure of that, okay? Next, after using or even before using, do not lay your device on the bed, okay, or any surface, especially when it's also running. Some of us, I've noticed, they use the device, they blow, and then they want to remove their shirt, and the unit is still on, and they place it on the bed, on a blanket, on a towel, on a wet towel, and then they hold on to it again. If you need to do that, shut it off, okay? But do not put it on any surface that has fabric. Because remember, like I told you, the intake, it has a possibility, that it will suck in the fabric, or it will also suck in the moisture if you are placing it on top of a wet surface. Okay? Now, let's say your therapy is done. You're done with your therapy. And you want to return it, as I advised, that you always keep it in the box. You want to return it in the box. Please do not do that while the device is still hot or warm. Let it cool down. It easily cools down. Oh, by the way, on the cleaning as well, you can, you're free to be able to clean the crystal, the quartz crystal, but make sure you don't clean it with a steel brush. Once you detach this, you can always run a dry rag into the nozzle, okay? And then you can just run it in there para po malinis pa rin yung crystal. So your crystal is clean. All right? Let's assume that the unit is already cold, okay? Or it's already room temperature. A lot of us, we just shove the whole thing with the wire inside the box. For you who use iTeraCare, you know it will not fit when you shove it. A lot of times, this one gets screwed up because it folds in a different manner. Take a little time. It's just a few seconds, okay? Make sure your wire is okay. Place this on a flat surface, okay? Not on top of fabric. And then, like I said, do not fold your wire while the unit is dangling, okay? Lay it on a flat surface, then you can fold it this way. I normally do it on on a circular type folding. And then what I do is I squeeze it. Make sure it's far from the connector. Far from here. Huwag niyo po sagarin ang pag-fold. And this is not expensive. So find a way if you can secure this and secure your unit this way. All right? Okay. If you notice, I did not remove the bottom part first before folding. Why? We want to limit the exposure of the opening here into the motor. Now, when you unscrew it, make sure you don't unscrew it. You have to make sure that it is straight. So you unscrew it slowly. If you notice, it was very easy. So you don't have to tighten it, that much, because you will have a difficult time unscrewing it. So when you unscrew it, you can unscrew it with, 3 of your fingers. After you unscrew it, okay, make sure you lay it on the flat surface again, and then you put your device inside the box as such, and then grab this, put it in there, and close it, and you can now secure your box where you normally put your iTeraCare. Okay? I hope that everything is clear. Oh, by the way, if you also have time, it would be nice if you could also wipe down your unit as well, including the wire, if you have time. Okay? You don't have to do it all the time, but make sure you spend time cleaning that device. The appliances in your home, like your television, your fans, you do clean it once in a while, correct? Do the same thing with your device, because I am pretty sure your device is more expensive than your electric fan. In fact, your device is more expensive than some air conditioning units. But you do take care of it, right? Okay. Now, this is our Premium Plus. This is easy because it comes in one solid part. Okay? But if you notice, it also has an air intake. So you just have to follow the same procedure when you clean it, when you fold it, when you use it. Everything should be the same. The plugging, the unplugging should all be the same as the Classic. All right? Now this one, once again, it has an opening. You can see the quartz crystal. If you have, like, I know that they sell those foam type cleaners. You can shove one as long as hindi magasgas, you don't scratch the glass, to take care of it and clean it and wipe it down. Same process. Okay? That's the Premium Plus. It's a great product, great product. All right? Let's now go to the Pro. There is a reason the Pro is in a hard case. Number one, because it is very costly. Number two, it's heavy. Okay, so it needs to be protected. So with the Pro, as you can see, it comes in a hard case. It's also a great product. For you who have not seen the Pro, this is how a Pro looks like. Still the same thing with the other handheld blowers. It also has an intake. So you still follow the same procedure. Okay? All of our devices have, you know, the switches. You see that? All of our devices have that. It's also good if you clean it as well. Okay? And also do not be rough with your switches. You know, our devices are sturdy, but they are not indestructible. So once again, you always think, when I use my device, think about the price you paid for the device. I'm pretty sure you will take care of it once you come to realize how much money you spent on it and what the use is. Remember, if your device doesn't work, then your application or your therapy stops as well. Any device, especially iTeraCare, it will work perfect and it will work good for you depending on the usage and at the same time depending on how you take care of your product. Same thing. We have a connector here. When you fold it, this one connects to the circuit. When you fold it, please do not pull. Especially this, please do not dangle it while you're trying to take care of the wire. You have to lay it on a flat surface, and then you can start folding the wire and securing it before you return it into the box. Once again, okay? Once again, wait for the device to cool down before you put it back into the box. In as far as usage is concerned, people have been asking, what is the difference? There's really no difference in the results. It's just basically the blowing, the blowing range. With the Pro, you have a wider blowing range. The Premium Plus has some features that the other units do not have. Talk to your leader. Talk to the person who sold you the unit. Talk to the person who shared with you. And hopefully he or she will be able to guide you as well, or to tell you about the difference of the devices. Okay? So that is very important, that we are able to take care of the device that is actually contributing to the positive effect of your body. All right? Any questions, please direct it to us. When you do have doubts, ask us about it. We also have some precautions when we use the device, and this will be responded to or answered when we come to the portion where we discuss the precautionary measures. Some in the other episodes, it was discussed on the do's, the don'ts, and the warnings and the precautions. Consult the leader or the person that sold you the unit or shared the unit with you. And if you still are in doubt, please give us a call. All right? Now, the last product I want to discuss, the iTera Bio. All right? Some of you have seen it, some of you have not. Okay? This qualifies like a foot massage device where you actually put both your feet inside. We have a smaller version of this, which is the iTera Bio Lite. How do you take care of it? Very simple. Okay? This device, just like the iTera Bio Lite, they have two parts that are detachable. One is the power cord. The second one is the control cord. The outlets for this are in front. Make sure when you plug it properly. It goes all the way in to the device. All right? Not halfway, but into the device. Make sure it's securely into the device. Even the remote. Let me see if I can find there you go. It's like a mouse. All right? So, voila. You got two of them connected. This goes on the floor. Most of the time, we advise that you do not put this on top of a carpet. Put it on a floor. The floor should be even, because remember, when you turn on the device and you put your feet in, it actually activates the unit. How do you clean it? Please do not clean it with wet rags. Get a dry rag, wipe it down, wipe the surface of the foot plates, wipe it thoroughly. All right? Don't, once again, do not wet it. We would not advise you to spray alcohol on this. Okay? Why? We would rather advise you to clean and wash your feet before using the device. Also, make sure your feet are not wet or you are not wet. You can't use this when you come out of the shower, you're halfway dry, and then you use the device. We discourage you to do that. Okay? And we don't want you to find out why. All right? The bio and BioLite was discussed thoroughly in the past episode. So for me, it is just basically on how to take care of it. Okay? Once again, do not spray alcohol. Do not wipe with a wet rag. Okay? It's always dry cleaning. And of course, my advice, because this is also an expensive piece of equipment, we would not advise you, unlike the others, to put it inside, remove it from the box, put it back in. We don't advise that. Because remember, there is a huge possibility that it would slip off your hands and you would drop it. Okay? So once this is out, when you are at home, unless you use it as a demo unit, when you are at home, you normally situate it in the room, in the living room, sa sala po ninyo. Okay? The movement should always be, pulling it out, taking it from underneath the bed or the couch. That's just the movement. You never store it this way. Okay? You never store it this way. It should always be stored flat. Minimal movement of the device is advised. It doesn't mean that if you keep moving it, it's going to get destroyed. No. We just advise that because you cannot avoid the fact that when you're moving it, you might hit something. This is an electronic equipment, so it's very sensitive as well. Okay? Once again, clean your feet before you use the device rather than alcoholing the device because you have dirty feet. Okay? So please remember that as well. Now, I would strongly advise that after usage, you unplug. You unplug all the cords, store them properly, okay? Do not place this on the plate if the plate is still hot or is still warm. Of course, it's safe to put it on the plate, but not when it is hot. And if it is a regular appliance in your home that you use as part of your daily routine, we would advise you to get a nice looking piece of cloth so that you can cover, you can cover your unit. I have I forgot I had a dry rag here, okay? But get a bigger rag so you can cover your unit so it does not gather unnecessary dust. Also, when you vacuum, please do not use a vacuum brush while trying to vacuum it. There is no need for you to do that. You can use a dry rag and wipe down the units, all the units. Okay? I hope that this has helped you in your usage and you're taking care of your very, very valuable iTeraCare devices. Once again, take care of your device and please know that your device will work positively for you depending on the positive time you spend with the device and depending on the positive way you take care of your device. Happy using and see you soon. Enjoy the units and make sure that you use your units or your devices consistently. Mabuhay po kayong lahat.